Glad she can make it. And as usual, hope you're doing well. So I've been took a 2-week hiatus. As I said in a couple of other episodes, been sick. I'm still a bit under the weather. Have stuffy ears. My ankle's still a bit sore. Now I have arthritis in my index finger, but still can play. So, anyways, enough of my blubbering about being a sicky boy. So, anyways, last time we finally got into the institute. So let's do our mission. Now, I don't have to do this, because just do it just in case. Just in case we need it for... Did I? Okay, good. So anyways, let's look around this room. Let's see what's in here. There we go. So let's go into the depths.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father.
Ooh.
The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Okay. So, so that's the lead of it. I think he has a little...
I can only imagine what you've heard.
Okay.
What you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute.
Actually, let's do that.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
It's stuck.
So here's Shaun. Finally, we get Shaun back.
No use.
I think we need to get out of the power armor.
Shaun?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
These
Father,
bad people.
what's going on?
They
What's
stole
happening?
you from me. Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Shaun.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shaun, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Shaun. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Shaun. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Shaun. The real Shaun. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Shaun. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
I think I see where this is going.
Then perhaps you already understand why it was necessary for the Institute to acquire me. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course, but it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Shaun. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They need your help, Shaun. It's rough up there, to say the least.
Oh, we've tried that. Surprised? The Institute once tried to help create a stabilized Commonwealth government. It ended in bickering, infighting. It was a disaster. No. We look after our own now. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them.
Oh, darn it.
And then
Oh,
we'll
well.
discuss what comes next.
Stupid phone. So anyway, so father is Shaun. It's been 60 years instead of 10. So, yeah, so we finally found Shaun. And this is why I wanted to go with the Institute. So, yeah. So now we have access to the Institute, which is awesome. And, oh yeah, and by the way, the second DLC for the game has been released, the Wasteland Workshop, which let's see, what's the guy? Which lets you capture shit like death claws and all that. So yeah, so nothing too big. Once I get out of here into back to Sanctuary, I'll probably show it off. I'll go into my actual main. My actual main file that I play with.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Hey there.
Thanks again.
Nothing
Of
to
course.
report, sir.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Well, thanks.
It's my responsibility to make sure this place runs smoothly.
Doc,
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Shaun's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Know what? I just thought of something. Probably one of you law buffs out there could help. Oh, it's probably just my crazy thinking. Is I wonder if the guys from the Big Empty DLC actually worked with the Institute in the past 100 years. Just thought of that. Wondering if anybody out there knows a little bit about that, if it's like main canon or not.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Hey.
Hi there.
See, oh yeah, I need to let's see. Said I was going to help the what's his face, Virgil, but I don't see the his. Let's see. See a bit of the wall, talk to Bobby, clear shit out. Huh, weird.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
So anyways, let's get back to
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
let's go to
What are
this
you
one
going to tell
first.
me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
Please don't get any germs on me.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Actually, I am sick, so let me cough on you. So let's go talk to these guys in here. Then we'll end the episode there. Again, sorry for you guys who actually watch my episodes.
She's been at it for over 2 hours.
Gone for
What is she
long,
even
but
testing?
yeah.
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Hey.
Father has accomplished so much. I hope you can appreciate his work as we do.
I used to work exclusively on the synth projects, but lately I prefer less animated pursuits.
Well, that was productive. If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
That's amazing.
Oh, well, a lot of us do that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
Dr. Orman.
Sleep is such a waste of time. I'd rather be designing more efficient plasma emitters.
Let's just steal this shit. Yeah, those synths, let's see. Let's check these synth thingy-majiggies out. Yeah, so basically these will summon synths, and if you take them now,
It's really exciting having
and
you. I can't
then
wait to see what you can do.
and then like if you decide to go, oh, I'm not going to be in the institute, and then pick something else, that once you summon the synths, they'll actually attack you, which is pretty funny. It has Madison Lee.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you.
The Madison Lee from
You're here, then.
Fallout 3.
Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Well, I am his father.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the child synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
So yeah, this is same Medicine Lee as we saw in Fallout 3. And I felt like theories that our dad in Fallout 3, our Fallout 3 dad is actually worked for the Institute.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Shaun. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
So yeah. So, anyways, guys, I think I'll end the episode there. Finish up going through the Institute on Friday. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming back, watching the episode. Glad you did. If you're new, you know what to do. Subscribe and all of that jazz. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, Judgelings, and I'll see you later on the flip side. See you later, Judgelings.